up?
What up?
We're live.
We live.
Live from a hard drive. The Cross You Up podcast. Happy Friday. Hope all is well. Yeah, things are great. Survived the plane ride back.
Yep.
Dylan's going to be doing some more travel. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Greetings from the UK. I like UK. Cheers, brother. Did you enjoy NAB?
Oh, no.
Dylan, did you enjoy NAB?
You're just a shit disturber, you know that?
I know there's going to be some people that are just like triggered, so I figure might as well get a couple
There's gonna be like half people are gonna be triggered, half people are gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
Why are you saying it like that?
Why are you saying it like that? Yeah. Yeah, no, I had a fun time. I was I don't know, as always, I expect more. Obviously the road tent was a happening place. We said this, and I've repeated this to a few people because we, like Aiden and I, were walking the floor. We scanned it. In terms of audio, Aiden, who do you think the company is, in your opinion, without me saying anything, who is the company, in your opinion, that wins for like audio innovation this year?
Oh, definitely Rode. I mean, like there's nothing there.
We both said what a waste of time that trip would have been if Rode hadn't been coming out with anything.
It would have, like, this channel would have like literally suffered financially for that if it wasn't for, like, I aim for about 10,000 views from the NAB experience. So when I get there, and I do all the setup and all that stuff, I can count that there's going to be about 10,000 views on by the time I get to the last video and it's done and out. If I had gotten there and there was no road, there was one thing that was pretty cool from Sony that we can talk about in a bit. But
yeah, you just remember that because they saw it in my post.
No. I mean, when you told me, it's like, damn, that would have been a cool video. But outside of that, there's really nothing that made me go, oh, cool. I will say, like, the Deity field recorder, the little things like it having its own cage was a cool concept. But yeah, like, it was a little bit disappointing. I got one guy on the one guy in the comments was saying, are we just all going to pretend that we didn't see that Zoom released a time code generator? And I'm like, dude, that's not a video. That's not even a mention.
It's not a video, especially not one on this channel, right? We're not saying there wasn't stuff at NAB, right? Our channel focuses on audio technology. And so there, in terms of audio technology, at least as it pertains to like end users and podcasters and stuff, like, hey, yeah, you can go. We saw some wild video gear. We saw the Fairlight Live desk, which I'll be honest, the Fairlight Live, looking at it in the flesh, was a little underwhelming. It was small, but my first impression wasn't like, wow. My first impression was, oh.
That's a thing.
That's it. Now, again, no knocks at Blackmagic. Like, I'm sure it's extremely capable, but just like the marketing buzz around it and like how much they were push. And then when I saw it in the display case, I think you and I both looked at it just like, oh, that's a cute little guy.
Yeah. All right. That's a thing. Yeah. And you know what I mean? That's every year there's going to be, like, I found last year to be a little sparse as well. But yeah, I found there was more diversity in people having stuff out. This year it was Rode.
Yeah.
And like the when I saw the podcasting desks from, I keep wanting to call them Frontier, but it's Forecast. That I thought was a really cool aspect to kind of the podcasting conversation, because I do feel like, and we've run into this where there's broadcast companies that haven't caught up with the concept of what podcasts are. And so they're still trying their old model of pricing things at an egregious level.
Well, yeah,
calling it podcast.
They expect to sell like 1,000. Yeah. And so, you know, in this case, they don't realize that a lot of the needs of broadcasters can easily be adapted to a podcaster market.
Beresford, I got to get down to one comment here because it's pertaining to the name of this live stream. Good evening from beautiful UK, Beresford. How's it going? Rick on Mike. Thank God it's Friday. Amen to that. It's been a long week. Cross You Up podcast. How long was that? It went from, well, the show floor went from Sunday to, I believe, Wednesday. And the first 2 days are really the only days that matter. Everything else is kind of just blah. But yeah, it's a fun adventure if you're into audio video gear, and if you're into anything that's anywhere near broadcast. I like UK. Can we address the awesome camera work? All right.
Here we
go. Here we go.
Here
Okay. And
throwing
one of
down.
one of the things I wanted to point out is we got a very nasty message on the road link 2 video, and basically like just
Another
complete.
one. Oh man, I only know about the one on the Sonora because that
Well,
one was a dumpster fire.
this one was complete douchebaggery, and the guy was a real dick about it. And in fact, I didn't even know about the comment until somebody else put him in his place already.
Nice.
And like it was
Here's the community, right?
yeah, and like I had to chime in and tell him basically to fuck off. But it's one of these things that I don't think people understand about the process. And we'll get into what happened in a second, but these trade shows, anytime you do this stuff off the floor, there's a couple things that are happening. There's a lot of sound, there's a lot of things happening around you, and you've got to close off and you've got to focus on doing this one little thing. And there's no second chances. You don't get to reshoot the video. You can't go back to the guy and say, hey, could you repeat all that because the camera moved?
Yeah, and the big part of this too is like you have like a certain amount of time. Even like again, like I worked for the company, and us getting an ear with the road folk, with Berkey and with Cal, and that was tricky.
Yeah,
we couldn't really like, especially Ryan. Ryan was there just being the Energizer Bunny, just giving demo after demo after, and the road booth was busy. And so even the Electrosonic booth, there was like they had quite the interesting Prezzo over there, and so that was a pretty buzzing place as well. Not to mention like the geometry of how some of these booths are set up, trying to navigate a camera in a fluid way. That coupled with the gesture control. Yeah.
So I guess we'll talk about what happened. So,
yeah, there's so many like cumulative things at play here, as there are with any good clusterfuck, right? I mean,
so we had like it's a high stress, high anxiety environment, plus you're trying to perform. So from my perspective, it's like go. And I can't really be thinking about when you have somebody else on camera. The whole production of the thing you kind of black out, you get it done, and then you look at it in post. And what was happening is we had the DJI gimbal for the Sony
Ronin
camera.
S4 Mini, I know it well.
Yeah, S4 Mini. And it had a gesture control on it. So if you hold your hand up or do something like that, it will track a person. And what was happening is people's hands were getting into the shot, and it would just like all of a sudden just go one way. And we weren't, then Dylan would try to fix that with with the joystick.
Turning that off isn't the most intuitive thing if somebody just basically hands you this and says, hey, film me.
No.
And so I'm trying to like manually force the gimbal, and then it's shooting back to where it was because it's like, no, I'm staying over here. And then so finally we the second day where we caught a few videos, like the Frontier video, for example, we just disabled that whole mechanism. And by
took the camera off.
Yeah, by that point, Aiden thought that he had a mini passport heart attack, and so I had just some time alone by myself in the newsroom. So I took the time to learn how to balance it myself. And again, like I have like a second-rate kind of gimbal. In fact, I just bought and have been mucking around with a new DJI mobile gimbal today. Love this thing, by the way. It's a whole skill set. If you like, I've held a camera normally, and I've been a camera operator with your hands.
Yep.
If you are a professional and you say that operating a camera with your hands and operating a camera with a gimbal are the same thing, you're a fucking idiot.
Yep.
Okay. They're totally different things in terms of the muscle memory, the motions. Like if you want to they're way smoother. Like I got a few just with my phone gimbal while I was there after you had left, Aiden. And I got some really cool kind of, trucking-esque shots around the road booth that I wouldn't have been able to get just holding it in my hands. But it is a learning curve. And so we talked about it. This year we did things one way. We kind of 2 days, smash and grab and get out of there. It was basically, content day and then a networking day. I think next year we've agreed we're going to do the opposite, and we're going to plan it this time. Like we're going to do a networking and fuck around day first, and then like a shooting day after that. So that gives us a chance to like meander around the floor and figure out what we're going to shoot, first of all. And second of all, like how we're going to shoot it.
Yeah.
Because that was the other thing. Like, we didn't really have a conversation about like your shot composition. And so in the middle of the shot, I'd be like, oh shit, Aiden's out of the shot. And then after we talked about it, and you're like, oh, I don't really care. Like, just get the person talking in the shot.
Yeah.
I don't in the shot, that's a formatics thing. Some people really like to keep themselves in the shot. But so we didn't have those kinds of conversations beforehand. So we're like figuring that out as we go, as we're talking to people, bumping hands. So yeah, it could have done better. We live and learn.
But also,
nobody
cares?
died.
Like,
yeah, nobody fucking died.
So the whole point of us being there, and this kind of goes hand in hand with me being in the video. It's not about me. It's about what we're talking about, the product. And people got that, and you got it with a little bit of a shaky camera. Bite me. And like and it all comes down to like Dylan's job. He works for a company that isn't in any way related to my company. So Dylan is my friend. And I bring Dylan to Vegas, and if Dylan doesn't want to shoot a video, I grab camera, I shoot video. It's just like we're there. He's not my cameraman. He's my buddy that's with me and is willing to hold a freaking camera. So it's not like oh, Dylan, dude, what the hell? No, it's like, God damn it, man. We got the videos in. There was a little bit of a shaky camera for 2 of the videos.
Yeah, I think everything. This is a really vague. Everything that needed to be in a frame at some point throughout each of the videos was in the frame.
That's where aim is success. Yeah.
We're setting really high bars here, guys. I don't know if you know that about our channel. We set our bars extremely high.
Well, and also like we're not video guys.
No,
we're getting better at video every day. Like, and that you can watch my channel.
I aspire to be, again, like, I kind of pulled the trigger on this to start, kind of learning in my next trip coming up, kind of how to just the muscle memory. It's like driving a car, right? When you learn how to drive a car, one of the things that some people notice is that your fuck off thing.
Doing
I love
gimbals,
it.
man.
No, I also hate it. No, go back. No. There we go.
What happened to the live stream? A gimbal.
A gimbal, yeah. Fucking gimbal. Jesus, I lost my train of thought. Moving on.
So let's go through a few here. Artemio Silva, hello from Houston. It's been a while. Cheers, man. Welcome back. And the follow-up video, which was funny. I like UK. So that was funny because I just came up with the concept of
I was literally like ironing my shirt, and Aiden was like, hey, what if we did this? And I'm like, yo, that's awesome. I love that.
And that's
the magic, though, right? That's like when you are 2 people that have like a mind for content and storytelling and all of that stuff and audio visual kind of general knowledge. You can just sort of come up with shit on the spot. Like even that Frontier thing. Like we didn't plan on doing that. We were looking at, we thought it was cool. I looked at you as we were living. I'm like, you want to do a hit? You're like, yeah, fuck. let's do it.
I mean, also, the reason, because there was a lot of stuff, and it's forecast, but there was a lot of stuff that they had that would have been a better video.
Yeah, forecast.
I keep calling it Frontier 2.
I don't know what's wrong with it. Yeah.
But they had a lot of stuff that would have made a better video. But the reason I wanted to focus on that is, one, it was in the B&H tent, so you didn't have salespeople around you trying to correct you and, oh, get this in shot. But it was also because the disparity between the product and the price being $5,800 and the product being a 3-person podcast table. Now, they did tell us when we went to the forecast booth, they're like, oh, that's not the right price. But all the guys at B&H were like, that's a $5,800 desk. So I don't know about that. I'm curious if they'll work with me. I got a bit of a stiff arm from the owner of the company, where somebody said, I asked a question and somebody said, go talk to that guy. He's the owner. And I've dealt with owners of companies before. And so I walk over, I shake his hand. I'm like, hey, you want to tell us about this? And almost indignantly is like, I'm going to pass you off to somebody who can actually talk on that. And then he literally like threw us over to one of the guys that was standing right beside me and told me to go talk to the owner. Anyways, they had a cool presentation desk that I think I might pick up at some point.
All of that furniture that they had was nice. Like obviously their fabrication methods are top notch.
Yeah. Movie Thieves, room tour when we like your lighting a lot. Yeah, I could do a studio tour. I did one a while back. Are you talking me or are you talking Dylan? Dylan's got a pretty sweet ass lighting setup as well.
Do I? I don't know. I've got
It
light.
looks nice. Like it's a
Oh yeah,
nice,
it's a nice backdrop.
yeah, it's a nice YouTube backdrop.
It's
But yeah,
funny,
I think I might do a studio tour.
I've had people ask me to send them like screenshots of because they're like, that's such a nice angle. I'm like, I just threw the camera in the only place that looks good, man.
The
Like,
only place it fits.
yeah, well, hey, now that I got the Sigma, that's a little bit better. But like,
Yeah.
man, before when I was on the 50 with the APS-C sensor, ooh, that was brutal.
Put it in the other room just for a close
Well,
up.
honestly, I would do shots with it in the hallway because I'd have to get that far out just to get my head in the shot, you know?
This is an interesting one. Jerker, welcome back to the stream, Jerker. Can we address the community post from the other day? What happens in Vegas stays on stream. This was, if you missed it, go to our community tab.
What we forgot to do.
Yes, bring the hats. My hat's upstairs. I think
we
I was
talked
looking
about
for
it. We're supposed to jump on the stream wearing them, and we both.
So that whole thing came from, we went to a restaurant called Dick's, which is a chain that is known for just being jerk stew. And the thing about it is Dylan and I walked in not realizing what it was.
No, not realizing what we're walking at all.
The guy's a complete and utter asshole.
Yeah, that's not how this works.
Yeah, it's not how it works.
That's not how it works. Yeah, right. What?
And so we sit at the bar and he's just a complete and utter asshole to us. And then we were like, oh, this is that restaurant.
This is the thing. Yeah, this is the shtick. And then honestly, when we first got there, I said this to Aiden. I said, when we first got there, we sat down. I hated this guy. I hated this fucking guy. I was so like, we're staying for one shitty fucking beer and we're leaving. And then by the end, by the time he had, so I asked the guy for an old fashioned and I was expecting him to razz me about it. You know, like he's the kind of guy that looks at a girl is like, you want to start off that drink? You look like you have an oral fixation. Like,
yeah, he actually said that, I think.
He actually said that. Like this is insanity. And you can tell this guy loves his fucking job. But yeah, I asked for an old fashioned and he was actually super straight with me about it. He's like, yeah, there's a couple of things that like we don't have to make it, but he's like, I mean, you know, I got the basics. You want me to fuck one up for you? I can fuck one up for you. I'm like, yeah, fuck one up for me.
So he gave you full alcohol drink.
He brings me back straight whiskey with an orange floating in it. And I'm like, all right. And he only, I checked because I'm like, he probably charged me for a double, that motherfucker. Nope, the bill had a single on it. Yeah, he charged me for a single old fashioned and he gave me,
wow.
Like I was racked off of that one drink. I mean, you heard me. We got back to the hotel. Aiden was in the bathroom. I was on my bed watching a Tom Segura video, laughing hysterically. And then I immediately fell asleep. I remember nothing between Tom Segura and waking up.
I walked out of the bedroom and like a board, just like
yeah, just fucking gone. And we didn't have that much. We had like, what did we do? Yeah, we had you had 2 beers, I had a beer, and I had the old fashioned, and then we went to get burgers.
Yeah.
And in New York.
New York.
Yeah.
And those hats, to get back to that, basically throughout the evening, he would walk around. If you pissed him off enough, he'd walk around and he would like have these things.
They're basically, and he would like dunce caps that he made of paper that he would write on.
Yeah. And a couple girls, I can't even repeat what some of the girls had on theirs.
I can't even repeat the one that mine just said glory hole. Yours,
yeah.
I don't remember what
that was awesome. Mine,
I felt special. He cut a hole in mine. He made it like a space helmet. It was great.
I'll save mine. If you want to go check it out, it's at the community tab. I believe it's the last community post I put up. It is hilarious and
no notes.
No notes. Las Vegas, no notes. Yeah. So yeah, that actually was one of, I would say, with the condensed schedule that we had in Vegas, this was the most fun I've had in Vegas, because when we go longer, it feels like there's a lot of downtime and a lot
draggy. It's draggy.
And if you want to do stuff, you're literally like, I think I spent about $1,000 in 2 days.
I haven't crunched the numbers on it yet, but I know it was. I don't care, but it was, you know.
No. So like if you stay longer and you want to do more, you're spending more money. So
like to put it in perspective for those that maybe have never been to Vegas but understand the value of the US dollar. We
Here,
went,
you keep going. I gotta go use the washroom.
so those 2 drinks, we had 4 drinks each. We got 3 kind of regular pints of beer. I think they were Blue Moon, and we got that one old fashioned, which was just priced as a regular old fashioned, and that cost $68 US. So yeah, 4 drinks, $68 US in Canadian pesos. That's, what is that? 100 almost. That's nearly $100 for 4 drinks. So yeah, you gotta tread lightly in Vegas. Either that, or go there with like a $10,000 budget. Aiden is gone, and I am not looking at the stream because I am being a bad boy. Let me see what people are saying. But no, it was a good time. Fill you in a little bit on what my schedule is this weekend. I'm off to Beverly Hills to have dinner and spend a day with Mr. Peter Friedman of Red Microphones, and we're going to talk important things. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. Did not anticipate myself going anywhere so quickly after Vegas, but it's an exciting world. What can I say? The world of technology product development. And yeah, we'll see what the next bit holds. Is he back?
Sorry about that.
I was stalling. I filled him in on my weekend a little bit.
Oh, do tell. Yeah, it was a good time. One of my favorite Vegas trips. Next year we have another plan. We're probably going for 3 days because we did miss out on a dinner. But that we'll cycle around. Next year is going to be just more fun. Every year I go is also a little bit more advanced and a little bit. I'm a little more prepared for it. The first year was horrific. I mean, it did really well, but holy hell, is it terrifying when you first start to record because everybody stops and looks at you.
Oh yeah. Well, and especially like, I don't know, in this case I got used to it. Like I could, my peripheral vision, right? I could see people in the corner of my, it's a freaking media conference, man. Like of course people are going to be filming. That made me laugh. Like there were some people, like I was filming some B-roll shots just with my gimbal out in like the atrium, getting some pictures of people, and there were some people that were like just so shocked. They're like, "What's the camera?" I'm like, "Wow, yeah, look, go over there. There's a whole room of cameras."
Cross You Out podcast. What is the one piece of gear you're excited to get your hands on from the show?
LPA 1.
There's 2 ways to look at this. So excitement for what I like, me, and like, oh my god, I get to review this, and I really want this gear. Roadlink 2 is the one that like I'm really looking forward to seeing how Rode absolutely decimates the
UHF market.
Everybody in the UHF market. Like,
again, this is something that's been in the works. I love the Roadlink UHF because we've used, Aiden, you and I both, a few different UHF wireless kits now. For the camera kind of run and gun market, because that's basically what the Roadlink is
filmmakers, YouTube filmmakers.
Filmmakers, run and gun, like it's a compact, easy, or as easy as it can be to use UHF kit. This thing is fun to use. I didn't find that, I won't say competitors, but there are a few. We tried 3 different kits, I think. Aiden, we tried 3 different kits, a couple Shenzhen companies, one very big other company that didn't do a great job, in my opinion. But we for the size of the company, Sennheiser, what? Demonetized immediately. But no, I wasn't honestly impressed with the EWDP kit, to be brutally out there. I was more impressed with the Deity. I think that as far as the ones that we did try, the Deity with the Theos was just the build quality of it felt really good. It had the exact same interface as the Sennheiser.
I think Sennheiser's the microphone attachment.
The microphone shit, like the audio quality of the Sennheiser is probably fantastic, but as a user experience, I was not impressed.
But also on top of that, why Roadlink 2 is at the top of that list is because what's going to be coming down the road is the new Sonora tech with the new lavs. And I know where some trolls on there, they're like, oh, it doesn't sound good. Dude, that was the best sounding lav I've ever used. And I haven't used
it when you got the audio off there, and I was like, again, like this is like so here's the thing, right? That when you plug most microphones just in nakedly into a microphone preamp and you gain them up and you listen to them, they don't sound perfect. like
No.
90% of the time. That's, even great studio, even a Neumann U87 AI. And some people go, oh, I thought the original U87 did. Shut the fuck up. No, microphones are treated, right? There's things that we do in production to optimize the output of the microphone to our ears. And so obviously you pick a mic that's as close to that as you want. But the point is, none of this audio was processed. This audio was straight into, in this case, electrosonic belt pack that was probably worth like a couple $1,000s.
Yeah.
So I should mention that. That was another thing. They had the like the belt clip on the electro receiver that we used, because we actually did, as Aiden alluded to, we shot that electrosonic video with Aiden using the Sonora L1 lav mic from Electrosonic.
Yep.
And so for that, we had that connected to one Electrosonics UHF systems, and I had the receiver with the camera and the gimbal. We didn't have anything to mount the receiver. We didn't have the hardware necessary to mount the receiver to the top of the camera. So I'm holding it with this little pigtail wire that's pulling the gimbal. So I can't move this receiver beyond a few inches, because otherwise it's going to pull the camera off center. And I'm having to hold that while I'm operating and maneuvering the gimbal around. And that was a pretty dynamic video. We were moving around a lot.
That was a shit show. That
so
was an absolute shit show.
Every time I watch that video, I forget. And then the last thing that I end up remembering is, oh yeah, fuck, I'm like juggling this little fanny pack in my hand while I'm trying to shoot this freaking thing.
Anyway.
At one point, I tried clipping it to the brim of my hat. I was wearing like an NAB baseball cap, and I had it hanging off there. And one of the guys at Electro, I think he worked there because he was wearing a blue shirt. He just looked at me. He was just like, I'm like, fine, fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, fair. The other thing that I would say that I'm looking forward to getting my hands on, Dylan already mentioned it, the LPA1, and that's more for the channel. I think that's something I'm very excited being hands-on with the LPA1. That was a bloody gorgeous piece of kit.
Add new ball mount though. Let's just draw attention to that, because I know you want to.
Well, yeah. So it's funny because that's the one thing I called out on this video with this is the Elgato mount, and it has a ball mount here. It's all plastic, and this ball mount is great because you can take a mic and you can put it anywhere, tighten it up, and you can put a mic on its side, tighten it up, and it'll stay. Doesn't matter how heavy the microphone is. And I said in that video, this is the standard. This is what the standard needs to be. And I'm just saying the fact that the next one came out from Rode had that. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it was me. I'm just saying. Anyways, yeah, it was just awesome when you're hands-on with that and you see. I wanted to replace every boom arm on this desk, and I've got like 4 of them on this desk. I wanted to replace everyone with that low-profile arm. And one of the things about it is it was sleek and it was unassuming, so it's not big and chunky like almost every other low-profile boom arm on the market. So I think it's going to be a great video. I'm really looking forward to putting that video out and seeing all the views on it. But yeah, like from a usability perspective, Rode Link 2 for sure. And Photo Elite, hey, and yes, the thing that you were going to send me, I briefly saw that while I was in Vegas. Sorry I didn't get back to you, but we were kind of head up ass for the time.
We were a little indisposed, yeah.
I have not received it yet. It'll take a few weeks to arrive. Perfect. So I will let you know when I have received. And I had you send that to my office. Okay. If you email or message me on Discord, because you have to tell me when it comes in so I can go pick it up, because I don't go into that office very often. But yeah. Adam's Exploits. Hey, buddy. How's it going, man? Casino restaurants and bars are crazy pricey. Then there's almost a 10% sales tax plus tips.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Well, it's just, again, it's like eating at an airport, right? Like when I came back, I had, granted, it was a pretty good burger, but it cost me like $62 US for a burger and fries.
Yeah.
And it was a great burger. It was like a grilled chicken burger at Newark Airport. It was at like this. I mean, like, I didn't care. I was like, you know what? I'm coming back. I am hungry, because I think that morning I had like 2 Fiber One brownies for breakfast at the hotel at 4:30. So I was a little peckish by the time it got to like 7 p.m. when I was at the airport. And over almost $100 Canadian for a single meal. And I'm like,
Hassan asks, we got to get through some of these comments, but Hassan says, what camera, lens, and mic are you using, Dylan? So
Am I using? Oh dear. Do I
no
want to
shame.
say?
There's no camera shame.
So Mike, we'll start there. MKH Sennheiser MKH 416 is above me right now. You can sort of see it in the frame. Sorry about the lovely seismic interference there. So I got that. So it's sorry, camera, and then so camera. I'm using the Sigma. What was it? Sigma 18 to 35. I think that's the range on it.
Yeah, it's 18 to 35.
Yeah, I was gonna say you would know.
Yeah.
Really nice lens, YouTuber lens. Probably. Actually, I haven't focused it.
No, you're good. You're as far as I can tell, you're in focus.
All right, sweet. Okay, I was gonna say that camera has moved around a fair amount in the last little bit.
No, you're good.
So I set it up earlier to do your little thingy thing. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So the camera is a Nikon D7500. It's in 1080p right now. It does do 4K. But weirdly and quirkily, it only does 4K in micro four thirds, which I hate.
So friggin' weird.
I'm not inherently a video guy. I got this camera for doing music videos like 5 or 6 years ago. It's done well for me. I've gotten some good pictures and videos with it over the years. But if I were to foray into the YouTube market, I would probably go Sony. Just size and also just the autofocus. Man, I want that autofocus.
So Kanan Nightwolf. I already have a Focusrite Vocaster. Would it be worth getting the Rode Streamer X to replace it? No. Streamer X is going to be a completely different product. If you want... Well, I mean, the Streamer X is going to be great.
For what it is, yeah.
Yeah, for what it is, it's great. It would replace a Vocaster quite nicely. For that amount of money, though, the upgrade... Spend a couple extra bucks, get either the Duo or the Rodecaster Video S.
Yeah, get something. The only thing I have with the Streamer X, and I still think at its price point, it's fine for this because I used it for a hell of a long time. It's not as flexible as like the Duo. There's more because you have more inputs, right? It's a very tiny thing. They don't really need. There is a little bit of a built-in mixer on the Streamer X, but you're not mixing much. No. You got your force. It's just kind of like dip your toe into the water of all the things that the main RCP2 has. And so it's got a couple of the obviously the mic and camera routing in there. It's got some sound pads. It's got a headphone knob, and it's really tiny, which is why I had it on my desk for all of that.
Okay, we're gonna blow through a couple. Outsider Jess, I want that low profile boomer. Yes, so do I. I'm very much looking forward to that. Also,
I am always super impressed with, like a lot of shit from Rode, obviously, but in particular, the metalwork. I was saying this earlier, like just the quality, that ball joint. I really got a chance to look. I mean, I've seen it in Sydney when I've been there. It's, this stuff has been in the works, but like I haven't gotten a chance to really get, romantically acquainted with it. And so at NAB, even it was my first impression of the NT. I think it's the NT4, like the XY one, the dual XY. The metalwork on that, just the machining is fantastic. Yeah. And so I don't know. It's just one thing for me with Rode that's really stuck out is, and they do all that shit themselves too. Like that's not like we farm that out. No, they do that in Sydney. Yeah. That's impressive.
It is. It really is. Hassan, this is actually one that I didn't know. Rode mentioning upcoming Rodecaster video series firmware update to allow ISO 4K video capture was not on my bingo card. Any idea when it will be released and any other detail? I don't know. I wasn't aware that was a thing. They must have announced that during one of their podcast episodes. But do you know anything about this, Dylan?
I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm always embarrassed to say that, but no, I got nothing. I have to find out.
There's so many balls in the air for Rode, it's ridiculous,
thing, right? Like I am doing so many things. Like I am totally fine if Rode's like, hey, you don't have to pay attention to this product or project at all. I'm like, great, because I am busy. I am extremely busy.
They're putting in a replaceable battery also for their wireless shocking. Yeah, I mean, I think that was always the plan. I think when you're talking about 2.4 gigahertz, it's a little different. Coming down the road from Rode. My God, good sir, that was fantastic. Photo Elite. Was WrestleMania weekend? Yes, it was. Holy shit. What a friggin' crossover to have
Oh
You
yeah,
get
let's talk about the tram. Let's talk about on
oh,
day one the taking of the tram. That was wild. That was
we never stopped by her booth either.
no, yeah, that gal, I forget. Yeah, yeah.
She was like,
We bumped into an electrical engineer from Montreal, like on the tram in Vegas. What the hell are the odds? And
who was
you sat beside a guy that works for Adobe on the plane.
oh, I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah, we didn't really. Yeah, we didn't see that guy again. I thought we'd see him maybe at the Adobe booth, but I didn't see him.
Yeah, no, he worked for a company that contracted to Adobe.
Right,
God,
okay.
I forget. I think he's calling me. Anyways, so when you get on the monorail in Vegas, it's usually everybody that's going to the conference because it goes right to the conference center. So you see the tags, the NAB tags that are around everyone's neck. This time we jump on and there's a bunch of people with belts.
Yeah, well, because
And
the
like
monorail spans like the east-west kind of strip corridor.
and north south too.
Yeah, and so
Yep.
like anyone that needs to traverse around Vegas quickly takes the monorail, including people that go to conferences. And so that's why, as we discovered, unbeknownst to us, our conference pass includes tour buses.
Yeah, that was a nice find.
Next year, man, that's what we're doing.
But yeah, so we jump on and like it's full of people who are like hardcore wrestling fans, and it was a 2-day experience for everybody. So everybody's a little weathered too because it was the day after the first day.
Yeah.
And like, man, the conversations
There's like
between
belts. Like I counted like 4 or 5 belts.
and there's but there you're having a conversation with electrical engineers where another guy's like going off about the match and what the experience was. It was a wild
yeah,
view.
like people are like theorizing about Raw and what the outcome of Raw is going to be, and I'm like, oh my god,
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'll probably get some sort of notification when it's entering the country. Cool. Hello, chaps. Action Podcast. I'm just here smashing down crisps and beer and loving the nerdy audio talk.
Lad. Smashing them crisps.
Crisps and beer.
Not a good lad.
Brownies for breakfast. That's LA for you. Depends on the brownie. I have a Rodecaster, and every time I look at the Streamer X, I think I'm going to change. Going for the Rodecaster Duo. Yeah, the Rodecaster Duo is a game changer. It's awesome. iPhones hate you. That's okay. No party hats today. We forgot the party hats. Yeah, we are catching up to our comments, though. This is good. Ryan flat out mentioned in 2 NAB videos. One on Aaron's video caught me by surprise. I'll post the links on Discord later. Perfect. I do want to watch that. Ryan so I will say something about Ryan. Ryan is very deliberate, and it's going to be hard to catch him by surprise. He likes dropping Easter eggs. He likes just dropping hints of stuff. And I think this is like a road sickness. This is something that everyone at Road kind of likes, just a little touch, just a little sprinkle here and there. And yeah, that's awesome that he can do that. And like, hopefully that creator's video is blowing up because of it, which is really cool. Kane and Nightwolf. I took a look at the UK bar mix and the whole White Road Duke. The White Road Duo, Roadcaster Duo.
Yeah, there you go.
English hard. 282 pounds. That is a killer price. I would definitely do that.
At first, I thought you were talking about weight. I'm like, yeah, for maybe 1,000 of them. I'm like, what?
Also love the mention of WrestleMania and set my Dan Halson hoodie. I'm guessing that's a wrestle. I used to be a big wrestling fan.
I figured you would be into it. I was surprised that you weren't as into it as you were. I figured.
I grew up on this stuff. Like me and my dad used to sit and watch Saturday morning wrestling back in the Hulkamania days, and I was a fan of The Rock. But throughout my 20s, I really got into women. Like that was kind of the shift. Is they were taking more of my time up, and you have less time for other exploits. I didn't watch TV for about an 8-year period, and that's just because work and play. And those were the two things that dominated my life when I was a truck driver, especially when I was out west. And that's when I literally like moved out west and stopped watching TV. And yeah, I remember I bought a TV in 2005, and the first time I'd had a TV since the 90s. And yeah, so there's a lot of pop culture that I missed out on throughout the 2000s. But yeah, I don't even know who Leo Sayer is. Are you a fan of Leo Sayer? That said, I would love to get back into wrestling and watch it because it is enjoyable. I love the product. I love the ridiculousness of it and the passion of it. But I, once again, don't even have TV. Like, I don't watch TV right now.
No, I
I
don't.
would have loved to have gone to WrestleMania though. That would have been cool. Danhausen, autocorrect. Cool. Across your podcast, I'm having trouble with my dummy batteries for the Sony ZV-E10. Any recommendations for dummy
No,
batteries?
dummy batteries.
So be careful with that stuff. Make sure you're getting the Sony stuff. The dummy batteries that are off-brand can fry your camera. Just be careful with that stuff because the regulation of current, all that stuff that has to be done when you're powering something like a ZV-E10, which they're not the most expensive cameras, but it's still a good chunk of change if you have to replace it. But yeah, the Sony battery, the dummy batteries that are like $130. I know it's expensive, but it's a lot less expensive than a new camera. So yeah, be careful. And if it is a Sony camera or Sony dummy battery that's causing problems, take it to a camera store and they'll help you sort it out. It might be a setting or something like that. I'm getting paid soon, so it looks like I'm gonna get it. Nice. Yeah. Hey, the Duo being super cheap is because of the Rodecaster Video S. And I gotta say, man, the Rodecaster Video S is a sexy piece of kit if you can afford it. The nice thing about the Duo, though, is you can pick up the Rodecaster Video Core later on down the road when you decide to expand into video.
Yeah, I really like that as an upgrade path because, like, obviously with a podcast, having audio is the most important part. You can't just have a video. You can sort of have an audio-only podcast. You can't have a video-only podcast.
Well, then you have a YouTube channel. That's the difference,
right? A video with no audio?
No. I mean,
right. So that's
I've watched some videos without audio, but that's all I'm going to say about that.
It makes if you start from the most critical thing and branch your way out, I think starting with like a Duo or even an RCP, a full RCP, if you need the channel count and you can afford it, because then you're getting up there at that point. But getting that and then moving over to the RCV core to add the video component in later, that's a cool upgrade path.
I mean, even on a Duo, though, you can get 3 mics, I think it is, with the USB option, if not more. Don't have man, this is how much has been going on over the past year and a half. Have the Roadcasters ever gotten NDI support? Or is it just the video?
I believe so, yeah. Actually, I don't know, because I know the RCV does. I don't know about the... I have a Rodecaster Pro. It's just not up and running at the moment.
I got the Rodecaster Pro 2. It's up on the shelf because I swapped between the Rodecaster Video. I picked up the new Scarlett 2x2 Blue Edition. That's got a review coming probably not next week, but the week after.
I mean, what is there to say, really? It's blue.
No, actually, I did more of a retrospect on Scarlett and Focusrite.
I do like the patterning on the underside of it.
It's sexy. It is sexy.
And the copper knobs.
But I mean, I think with the 40th anniversary, it was an appropriate time to kind of go over and it's more of a celebration of Scarlett. And anybody that looks at the 2i2 and says it's not a good interface is an idiot and is just sad. It's one of the most influential pieces of gear in the audio community ever.
Well, yeah, and let's not forget, this is a company that was started by Rupert Neve in collaboration with other people, but like
exactly,
is a respectable organization.
Yep. Kanan, I'm doing gaming videos, so it suits my budget and what I need done. I just love audio gear because it means a better upgrade path when I change my approach. And yeah, that the Duo will give you a hell of a better upgrade path than the Streamer X. And as much as I love the Streamer X, I know that branding has kind of not fallen by the wayside, but Rode has moved on. And like, that's why the video series has kind of come out, and the X branded stuff, I don't know how long it's going to stick around. It'll always be supported, or at least for the most part. Rode doesn't dump product off the side of the road. So yeah, like it's still going to be a safe buy, but if you want expansion possibility in the future, the Rodecaster Duo is definitely it. And the movie Thieves. How come when I'm watching your stream from like 10,000 miles away, it's working smoothly at HD, but how come whenever I watch a stream from Europe, it lags so bad? I have a 10 megabits per second Wi-Fi for $2 a month. $2 a month, damn.
10 megabits, Jesus.
That's a megabits per second.
That's a tight squeeze.
Yeah. That's probably it. Maybe you might want to bump it up to $4 a month.
Yeah, I don't know what the because YouTube does a bunch of compression shit anyway, so it's not like you're transmitting uncompressed, HD video. So
No.
what is the data rate of a YouTube like 1080p video? Do you know?
I used to know. Fuck.
See, this is where like anybody got ChatGPT on speed dial. This is where chat would come in real
I
handy.
got it on my phone. I also have Claude now.
I have Apple Intelligence, but my phone doesn't have enough room to update, so I have an old iOS on my iPhone.
No, welcome to Plus. Go away. Cancel. Hey, ChatGPT, what is the streaming bitrate for YouTube videos?
1080p.
Oh. Now, welcome to Plus. Go away. Cancel. Hey, ChatGPT. Okay, 5 to 8 megabits per second.
Okay, all right, so 10 megabits in. Well, again, consider that there's network overhead, right? Consider that there's, you can't saturate the full connection with a YouTube video and expect to get that full performance.
Yeah, but that connection's also dependent on what other things are connected to the internet at the time.
Well, that's what I mean by overhead, right? There's residual traffic, especially nowadays. Everything is pushing and pulling data from the web.
Well, yeah. Look at your data usage and how like active live data usage, and you'll see social media is the worst because it likes to keep as updated as possible.
Well, yeah, it like pings. There's some apps have more efficient ways of doing this than others, but it's constantly searching for crap.
Yeah, so close all your apps. You might have an easier time. With the Rode as well, it can do the processing on it, which is good. Where the Void, the Voidcast can do it a bit, but it means more resources for recording and multitasking. 100%. Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff that like the DSP is here to stay, and it is on anything branded podcast, broadcast, anything. DSP is now like the thing.
There's a thing with that. There's a challenge on my plate right now for a product I'm working on. I'm trying to condense down, taking the extremely what's the best word? Obsessively detailed algorithm for the oral exciter and big bottom. Like these are circuit level algorithms for these things. Yeah. We've been digging into them with some of our DSP engineers because part of my job now is to figure out a way to get the performance of the oral exciter onto one parameter, one adjustable parameter, basically like more and less exciter, and to just have it sound good on everything. So that's fun. I've got some ideas. We have a tentative plan. I have to tune it when I'm back from Los Angeles, from Hollyweird, and that should be fun. But yeah, oral exciter, big bottom, really useful tools, but they have like 3 parameters each most of the time, and so it's kind of hard to get that down.
We'll get to that in a second before you give away the product. CrossUL podcast. I have an off-brand dummy battery. It's been working pretty good for the last 3 years, but lately it's been overheating and shutting off the camera. Throw it away now. So now a Sony dummy battery in the future. Yeah, like some of those, that's probably meaning that it's going to pop, and when it does, your camera's going to get a massive flow of electrons.
Oh, you mean like my power bank on the fucking plane?
Yeah. Sorry about that, buddy. I owe Dylan a power bank.
I got a new one, and it's giant.
Nice. I need to get more power banks, but also I need to get a power bank that can power a laptop.
The one I just got, 140 watt output, and it's flyable.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's 1.5 megabytes per second. Yeah, megabits. I thought I was saying megabits. Was I saying megabytes?
I said megabits.
Yeah, megabits.
Megabits.
So just so you know,
one is an eighth of the other, by the way.
CrossUL podcast says that's my neck of the woods, West Covina, California. Dylan, do you want to tell everybody? This is one of the funniest stories.
I did. Well, I didn't get in the whole story.
So I get a phone call Saturday morning from Dylan. And sorry. I'm thinking it's Saturday, but what was it? Monday or Tuesday? No, it was.
No. We were already back. It was yesterday.
What day is yesterday? Yesterday's Thursday. Okay. Thursday, shit, man, my week is
my week's crazy. It's all good.
So I get his phone call at 8:30 in the morning from Dylan. He's like, "I'm gonna level with you. Can you go to Beverly Hills this weekend?"
No, I called him. I said, "Hey, I'm going to Beverly Hills this weekend. You coming?"
Yeah. And so I'm in this stage where my wife and I are like, this is a really awkward time because my wife booked a trip to go to Puerto Rico So
Oh,
she's
Rico.
out there. She just came back before I went to Vegas. She went to Nashville for a conference herself that she spoke at because she's got a PhD and she be smart. Then she came back. I did NAB, came back. Then she left for Puerto Rico. Then she's going to come back for 2 days. And then she's gone to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada for my kids' synchronized
Oh,
swimming.
Saskatchewan, eh?
Yeah. For they're going to be gone for like, I think it's 6 days. So I'm literally like, I'm bound to the house because we've got dogs and I've got a kid here because my wife is away with her friend in Puerto Rico. So I get this call and it's basically because, you know, Peter's like, you're coming to you're coming to Hollywood. And I'm like, God damn it. I always miss out on this fun stuff. And you know what? It sucks because like this would have been something that I would have thoroughly enjoyed because I don't work for the guy. So I'm basically for a free ride, which would
Yeah,
have been
I mean,
awesome.
he would probably chew up your time with a bunch of shit.
Oh, I'm okay with that. He's still taking me to Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
Like that's fine.
yeah.
Dude can have my ear. You bring me to Beverly Hills, you can have my
Oh yeah,
ear.
I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's anyways, yeah, that was a fun time in NAB. Looks like you're going to be gone for a weekend and there's a possibility that we might be going to Australia. This is something that may have been spurted out while we were in NAB, but we're still working on dates. If we can do May 9th, I'm good. So
Yeah, and I think all of this was spurred. This kind of last minute trip for me to Beverly was spurred. I sent a wrap up email, kind of talking about some stuff from NAB. I won't get into what was in the wrap up email. There's lots of like
yeah.
good stuff about stuff we're working on, stuff that other people are working on, just like
Yep.
adventures Aiden and I got up to. But there was a few things in there that I think could be focal points, and some rants that I went on that I think have probably led to some bigger thought processes. And so we're going to talk about those things, and I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I too am looking forward to the next year is going to be a little crazy. I have a feeling between now and next year at NAB, which is April 4th to 7th, mark it on your calendars now. Which by the way, if you guys are ever thinking of going to NAB to like just walk around and see some of the cool shit, it's usually free to get in. Especially closer to the conference, they literally just go, "Do you want a free pass?" As long as you don't want to go to any of the workshops or if you just want to walk the floor and look at all the cool shit, it's usually free. Vegas is not, however, so save up a couple dollars.
Yeah, I'd rather bring all your food,
right?
And sleep outside the center. Although they might have a problem with that.
Okay, a couple. All right, so movie thieves, off-brand batteries. Okay, so couple years ago, I had to replace my AV amplifier as Netflix and Disney used a codec for audio compression that my AV didn't know, so no surround sound. It's codec and compression tech something, Dylan. Yeah, codecs drive me.
Yeah, there's all kinds of standards. Like I know we talk about it right with the first time that I realized with codecs being a pain in the ass was with video files. In audio files, not as much because typically with audio files, in most cases, the codec and the file extension are related.
Yep.
So MP3 is a codec. MP3 is also a file extension.
Yep.
There are variables within that, as there are with any file extension. But the issue with video files is what the container fucking is. That tells you absolutely nothing about what the codec of the file is. You can have a bunch of MP4 files. You can have 8 MP4 files, and every single one of them can have its own media player.
Yep, and that's why always go Wave. Always go Wave.
So what do you think the video equivalent of that is? Because I know I had to do some post-production work years ago in Pro Tools, and I remember I'd put in an MP4 file, and it was like, like it was glitchy as hell, the video played in Pro Tools. And I was like, what is going on? And then somebody said, oh, it's because it's like a lossy format. Like try converting the video to a GOP format or a group of pictures format. It was 1 minute and 30 seconds, and the file was 8 gigabytes.
Yeah.
In 1080p.
I would say the H.265 right now is still problematic, trying to get it to play and even work on some editors. Yeah, there's a lot of weird ones.
H.264 was the standard for years, man. I kind of missed those days.
Well, 265, I believe, is HDR and all.
Yeah, well, it's better in theory, but like I remember H.264 was just the one codec that I knew would look good and play on almost everything.
Yeah, remember OGG for audio?
Yeah. OGG Vorbis. Yeah.
OGG Vorbis.
Remember that weird player, the super weird player that they had for it? Yeah.
I knew a couple nerds where they would only download audio at OGG Vorbis.
It's like, and it's one thing that we talk about within our products that's tricky is like, how do you deal with multi-track files? Because so Polywave, right? Polywave seems like the obvious answer. The problem is support for Polywave is pretty limited. There's lots of tools and audio processing applications and recorders and shit that don't support Polywave. And so for those who know Polywave, it's one wave file with a shitload of channels.
Yeah.
And so the nice thing, OGG Vorbis kind of really was good at solving that problem back in the day because it was a multi-channel audio format that was also kind of really compatible with everything. I even imported OGG Vorbis files into fucking Pro Tools one time. And I mean, it converted them to Wave, but it still took them in. And I don't know, I haven't heard about OGG in years. I just assumed it was dead.
Yeah, it kind of is. Free to get in. Whoa, is it still free to walk out? Yeah, as long as you don't have anything in your hands, you're okay. Anyways, we gotta go. I'm gonna go play pool with my kid and go for dinner. Outside of that, hopefully you guys have a great week, and we will see you next Friday, possibly if Dylan's in town. We'll see how the next few weeks go because it's about to get wild and crazy over the summer, I think. So cheers, guys. Have a great weekend.
Cheers.